Hello, Oracles. I'm Buddy, the head of marketing for Akupara Games, and today I'd like to introduce you to Sothis, the outcast prince. Fifth of our 6 playable characters in Astrea 6-sided Oracles, our dice deck building roguelike from Little Leo Games. Sothis is an exile cast out by his people for unlocking their protected Astrarium. Alone with little more than his wits and his cunning, Sothis charts a difficult path to the Star Goddess, one that will challenge players to think outside the box. And one that's going to challenge me not to flub these tongue twisters, okay? Sothis scorches Soul Sigma and 6-sided Oracles. Wow, I actually nailed it that time. Okay, this is the cut we're using. But let's go over some basics. See that little number above Sothis's head? That is soul heat. Soul heat increases every time Sothis deals purification or applies relief to a target. And don't worry, we're going to talk about relief in a second. Generally, having a high soul heat is good, and you'll want to build it up as much as you possibly can. It caps out at 10, and certain dice in Sothis's pool, like Sunray, will be devastating if you can max it out. He also has an ability called Sands of Time, that little buff down by his feet. Basically, anytime Sothis rolls a die, there's a chance he instantly re-rolls it and can use it again. There's always a 5% chance of triggering Sands of Time, but you can build it up to as much as 50. Now, let me get back to relief. Relief and affliction are one of the core Sothis mechanics, so let me just chat a little bit about how they work. Relief and affliction put a buff on the target that triggers at the end of the turn, dealing either purification or corruption, kind of like a poison or a bleed effect from other games. When relief triggers, it decreases by 1, and when affliction triggers, it doesn't. And by the way, for the record, they cancel each other out. But the cool thing about relief and affliction are other pieces of that puzzle. So, for instance, Soul Stigma applies a buff to you that triggers every time you apply affliction. When you do, it deals purification to a random enemy. And if you apply affliction to everyone all at once, yeah, that's pretty powerful. Sothis also has another insanely fun mechanic called Chanting. It's like a song. Every time you use chanting, the value of your chant increases. So the first chant does 1, then 2, then 3, and so on. But if you ever break the chant by purifying something without chanting, the song ends. You have to start over if you want to build it back up. The interesting thing about chanting is how many different ways you can use it. Chant to purify. Okay, yeah, sure. Chant equal to half your soul heat. You know what? Even better. Apply relief equal to your chant. Don't mind if I do. And a bunch more that I can't even start getting into because, unfortunately, I'm out of time. If you'd like to learn more about Astrea and Sothis's Lonely Exile, please feel free to pick up the game on Steam or your favorite PC storefront. We are also going to be bringing the game to Nintendo Switch and Xbox, so be on the lookout for our console news coming soon. Otherwise, I just hope you're having a wonderful day, okay? Cheers.